What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. I'm your host, Stephanie. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to join our family. But guys, today we have another sad case, as in all the others, of course. But today you probably heard about this case about 23-year-old Alzonso Brooks. His story was captured on Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, which I truly loved. I really hope that they do more because I loved that show back in the day. So I'm truly happy that it is back. But definitely go check it out if you want to really dig into his case. So I had to put his case on my platform because, as always, guys, we have to continue to keep their names alive. Now, there is some new information that came out about his case. If you guys have been watching the news, his body was recently dug up. So we'll talk about that a little later in this video. Now, what happened to Alzonso Brooks? Alzonso, again, was 23 years of age when he went missing on August 3rd of 2004. Now, his family states that he was pretty much a homebody. You know, he stayed close to his family. But on that night, he decided to hang out with some friends because one of the individuals was going to the Navy. So they were going to this party and Alzonso decided to tag along. Activities was held in like a rural area of Lasinia, Kansas. Now, I don't know much about the area, but from when I watched the Netflix series, it did look like it was in the cut somewhere. All I do know is this area was about a couple hours from where Alzonso lived, and he went to this party with his friends, but Alzonso never returned home on that fateful night. Knowledge, different articles, and of course the Netflix series, it was roughly a large party. There was over about 100 people, and to his friends, Alzonso was having a really great time. He was drinking, laughing, and just having a really great time at this party. Alzonso rode with his friend named Justin Sprigg. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong, so I'm just gonna roll with the first name. So he was riding with his friend Justin to this party. Justin ends up going outside, smokes a cigarette, and then I guess smokes a cigarette and he ends up getting lost. So he ends up calling another one of the friends to let Alzonso know what the situation was, and hopefully that this friend will give Alzonso a ride home. Fortunately, Alzonso never made it back home. And when I seen this in the Netflix series, my first instinct was like, I can't stand when people do this, because if you've ever been in that situation, then you know exactly how it feels. And as I was just watching Alzonso Brooks' story unfold, I was like, wow, this sounds so familiar to myself. And it's truly sad that friends are not friends. And people can have all the excuses in the world, but when that unfolded, I was just like, you come together, you leave together type situation. So Alzonso never made it back home to Gardner, and his mother stated that he would have called to let her know that he was on his way or if he couldn't get home. It was very unlike him to not phone. Alzonso's family was very quick to call law enforcement, but because Alzonso is a grown person, there is a 48-hour hold in order for you to do a missing persons case. So that is the reason why things were kind of halted. And in this time frame, it was kind of like things could have definitely been working if they could have definitely been trying to find him in that 48 hours. You know, it's so crucial, and it kind of sucks that there are laws when it comes to, you know, adults that you have to wait. I get it because, you know, some dogs just leave on their own free will, but Alzonso's family and friends said this is very unlike him to do. So after the 48 hours, law enforcement acted very quickly into searching him. Now, because Alzonso was Black and Mexican descent, he was roughly in a predominantly white area when he did go missing. And the area is known to be a little racist, and it's very not like Black people to really go in this area like that. It has said to be possible that this could be a hate crime. Enforcement searched through the party area and areas surrounding that area, but nothing was turned up. But then one of Alzonso's friends ended up finding something. They ended up finding a boot, a hat, and some other miscellaneous miscellaneous items. And this was kind of like on the side, not too far from where the party house was. It would be a month before Alonso's body would be found. His friends' family had actually done their own party search to find him. They had went back to where the party was held, and they went to surrounding areas from the home. They began to search creeks. When they were in the process of doing it, it had been reported that his body was found within an hour of their search. Alonso's father was one of the first individuals to find his son's remains. Alonso's body was stuck on a cluster of branches and brush in the creek. But what's crazy in this story is searchers went through this area before, but Alonso was not there. So it is said to believe that Alonso's body was placed there, I guess, because you know how it is. People start hearing the news, they start hearing different things, and it is said to believe that they believe someone put Alonso's body there after the fact that searchers had went through this area. And it's also said to believe through anonymous people on social media saying that Alonso's body was probably frozen before they put his body out there, because you have to realize it was a month before Alonso was found. So if they went through this area and he wasn't there prior, you would really think someone plotted and planned to put his body there. Of course, because in 2004, there wasn't a lot of advances in forensics technology, so there wasn't really a determined cause of death for him. What I can't get through my head is, if there was like over 100 people at this party, you mean to tell me no one seen anything? You mean to tell me in a predominantly white area you don't see like this one black person who was probably at this damn party? And you mean to tell me you didn't see anything? It was kind of like people at this party were on hush hush. And in his autopsy report, they said that he didn't have any broken bones, wasn't any signs of blunt force trauma or injury to his body. And they were really speechless on the cause of death. And he also did not have any signs of drowning. So there was no real cause of death that they could determine from him. So his case was actually closed. There has said to be rumors that Alonso was flirting with the white girl, the boyfriend or whoever probably got upset, or individuals at the party were being racist, but there was never any concrete proof, of course. But furthermore, someone knows something at the party. And regardless or not, as I was watching the Netflix series, I was, like I said previously, I was just baffled that his friend left him. You left him in an area that he is not really known to. You left him in an area that is racist as fuck. And then you just left him like he was drinking, and I just couldn't get past that line when the friend and other friends started talking, because to me, I've been in that situation. So it was like, I don't even give a fuck what you got to say, because you don't leave people, you don't leave your friends. That's just the bottom line of it. That was pretty much the gist of Alonso's case. If you guys did not watch on the Netflix series, you definitely check it out. But furthermore, his case was reopened by the FBI because Alonso's body was exhumed, and as on the Facebook page that I follow, it said that they have to do this in order to keep the investigation in its great integrity and to figure out what exactly caused the death of Alonso. So I think this is great news for his family and friends. I think it's so important that, like I always say, to keep their names alive. And I'm happy that Netflix decided to bring the show back, because it can help so many families. Like, y'all just don't know how the power of watching something and sharing it can really do for families. Like, people may think because folks do these YouTube videos or you do a series or whatever the case is, it really helps their families, because the more people who tune in, the more that it begins to get people enticed. And there is a $100,000 reward that is offered for anyone if any information regarding the death of Alonso Brooks. I hope that this really brings his family some peace, because it's been a long time since 2004. Also have to remember, when I read from the article, this is a great line to say. It is great to be truly sensitive to the families in need, because although this may be a story for you, this is their life. This is something that they are battling day to day. So be kind in the comments when you're watching these videos about people's loved ones, because it's so rude to get on here and say ignorant things. I had someone say something on one of the young ladies' videos that I covered, and I'm just like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's why sometimes I take the comments off, because at the end of the day, it's not about that. We have to continue to stay on a positive path and to keep their names alive, because that's what matters the most. So guys, I really hope that you checked out the Netflix series Unsolved Mysteries. If you didn't, you should definitely go check it out. Alonso's story is number 4. And I'm going to continue to pray for his family. Like, I'm filled with joy just knowing that his case has been reopened. His body is going to be exhumed so that they can figure out what the cause of death was, and we can go from there. So I'll keep you guys updated as his case unfolds, and I'm really excited. I'm going to continue to send his family love and light. So guys, until the next video, I will see you.